Hi friends, it's Petra here with another Scrap the Boys video, and this month the challenge is then and now. And I'm showing this process because I started off with these two partial circles and I decided to create something entirely different than I started out with. And I just wanted to show you that for me scrapbooking is a process, and I never have a full uh, mindset about how I want a layout, and I just figure it out along the way. And I started off with this one, making a phone line between then and now, because it's two photos of Bas using a phone when he was very, very small and on his mobile just a couple of years ago. And I thought I had it figured out completely how I wanted this layout, but when I was creating it, I simply wasn't happy. I thought it was too busy. I thought it was, well, I thought it was ugly. So I started off with creating this one and just tearing everything off the paper and starting all over again. And I am still using those two circles. And here I am starting to tearing everything up, and I removed the background paper and I decided I um, wanted to do something different, but I still wanted to use those circles. So um, I'm cutting out another piece of paper here just to create more contrast in my background. So I'm getting that lighter paper on top, also to get my titles, give my titles a bit more contrast. And this is the Vicky Boutin collection, and I love her collections. So, and I hadn't made it a lot, so I decided to create with this collection because I tend to buy collections and I have way too much stuff. So it's always a challenge to use it all. Don't tell my husband, but it's true. So it's the Sweet Rush collection, as you probably know and probably have recognized already. So I'm placing those circles on top of each other in the center of my page. And I like that a lot more, but I'm still not quite sure if this is the way I want to have it. So I'm still a bit unsure about the edges and about the rest of the embellishments and the titles. So I'm searching through my collection to figure out what to use. And one time you start creating and it is as simple as that. You start creating and within the hour I have a layout. And the other time I think I have an idea, and then it just simply doesn't work the way I want to. And then it might be some kind of struggle. So I also wanted to show you that process. So here I'm still figuring out if this is the way I want to have a white background. I want to have a colored paper background, but I never use design papers as a background. That is really a challenge for me. So still not sure what to do. And then I decide, well, perhaps I just have to border those two circles and curl them up with the darker blue design paper behind it. So that is what I am going to do. So I have two strips left of that darker blue paper because I didn't want to use another piece of blue. I wanted to use the same paper as are in the circles. So I'm backing the cardstock with that tiny strip of blue, so I am able to curl it up. And then I decide, okay, stick those two circles down, make a decision, woman. And then time to curl those two white strips to border the circles. And you're also, or at least I am, a bit too harsh on yourself. You're always your own worst critic, so but still, you have to be happy with it one way or another. So. And I filmed this video in several sessions because it was such a struggle. So the lighting can be a bit different here and there. So sorry for that. So still not sure about that title, and but I am sure about the hello. Uh, and they are sticky, but I always glue them down extra because when your layout is in an album and it's there for a year, then you get it out and your title is laying somewhere under your layout. So I always glue it down extra to make sure it stays where it should be. So I decided not to use those script words and just use the embellishments that are in that collection to connect the two photos together. And when my son saw that photo of him as a small boy, the first thing he said, "Is that a phone I'm holding?" "Yes, dear, that's a very old-fashioned phone." So I love those colorful embellishments and the colorful flowers. And I think that makes it a bit, it pops a bit more because I have black and white photos, I have white and dark blue. So I thought it would be perfect to use that bright colorful flowers and that peacock. And then I decide I also want to do some stitching on the edges of the layout just to give it a bit more interest. So I'm using a dark blue thread and I will stitch the sides of the layout. And when I'm done stitching, the layout is finished and that's it. So quite a struggle, but that's life. So I wanted to show you the struggle this was. I hope you liked it. Please let me know what you think and I hope you will join us. So see you next time. Bye bye.